Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, and the guest for the Webtalk Legends Podcast, where my guests come on and they share their story. They're going to talk about the trials and tribulations, things that have happened in their past, successes, of course, but also talk about some failures, how they deal with it. They give some tips and tricks and strategies. We hope the end goal is for you to listen and actually take action, implement some of the ideas, strategies, tips that we talk about, and actually see how it helps you. And if it helps you, definitely come back to this video and drop a comment. And that gives me, some housekeeping rules I would love to have and instill with you, all of you. If you're watching us live, please hashtag live. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. So that's the least you can do, right? But if you are one that wants to help and you support us, please drop a comment where you're watching from. And if you want to go one step further, drop comments throughout our conversation. You're going to have different emojis you might like, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down, the pound, the fire, whatever relates to you, resonates with you, use it because it helps us have more reach. It gives the video more engagement and it'll get out to more people so we can help others. And that's the goal of what we're doing today. I want to make sure you also take a look at, if you haven't already, go to my follow links. If you want to schedule a call with me, join Viral Legends, need insurance quotes, all my YouTube channels here, other platforms I'm promoting. This is very popular. Most of you should be checking out Got Backup. It's a great storage thing. But before we even get into it, let me bring on my next guest. We have Matthew Brady. What's up, man? How are you?
Good. What's going on, Shawn? Good.
Get this out of here. There we go. Thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate you taking some time out. It's funny. I message some people. I call people, text people. Hey, would you like to be a guest? And there's tons of people that say no. And they say, I have no time. I'm too busy. I appreciate you taking me up on this and providing value. What was one reason why you took me up on it?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you could always find time in the day. I mean, it's not that long here, We take a half hour, and I just think it's good to do this and good to support people like you, man. I always see you out there hustling, networking, connecting people. I love that. And also for selfish reasons, I could use this for my own content, so, today I don't need to make my own video. We could just share this podcast and maybe someone could get something of value from it. So that was my reasoning.
No, I appreciate you. Definitely want to get into it. Before we get into it, I would love for you to tell us who you are and what you do.
Yep, I'm Matthew Brady with Maximus Mortgage. Been in the mortgage industry. Geez, I lost track of time. I don't know. It's been 6-7 years now or so. I've worked for many different, multiple large companies, from Eddie Mac to Green Tree, to Absolute Crown, over at Maximus now. I've learned a lot through my time. I've always been that kind of person that just loves learning and kind of, geeks out on the details and stuff. So, I've really went in deeper in different aspects than some other people do. Some people just, straight sales to them, but I actually love to learn about the financial markets, those sectors, the different niche products that are out there. I've ventured into the commercial space, started brokering out those. So yeah, that's just a little bit of my professional story, and it's been a long journey.
Hey, it's always a journey. I love the process. I love journeys. I love, everyone thinks about it. You have to talk about the success, but what got you to a successful year, day, month? That's the important thing. Like, what are some of the steps that you did? And I liked what you just said as far as love to learn. We all get older, we get out of high school, maybe you go to college, and then people say, oh, I'm done with that. I'm done with education. And that's completely false, no matter what you're doing. And if you're an entrepreneur like you are and I am, we are always trying to develop ourselves. We're always trying to learn. You talked about financial stuff, niche products, commercial products. What other things do you like to learn to make yourself the better version of you going forward?
Yeah, I love what you said too about it. I mean, I've been seeing this a lot from Alex Ramosi, and I'll quote him all the time. I love him. And it's one piece that I love about this job is like, yes, it's stressful and there's so much fear and uncertainty. Am I going to have a deal next month and stuff? But it also forces you to be better in so many other different areas of your life as well. At least for me, uh, having that entrepreneurial spirit, it's like you also have to focus on yourself, your health, learning, educating, just trying to be a little bit better each day, and, even at home and family. So, and it gets tough trying to balance all of that, for sure. Sometimes it's like I'm a little work heavy and, family gets a little low. But I just try to stay conscious of it and, try to equal it all out at the end of the day. But oh, yeah, Alex Hormozy and a couple other videos recently I've really been talking about where like the happiness lies in, the journey, right? They not when they finally get to the peak, but it was that process of hustling. And that's something that, I've been trying to focus on this year too, is my mindset of like, just enjoying the process. Like I haven't been able to hit the accomplishments I want, last year and going into this year so far, but I'm just embracing the struggle and the hustle. That's part of the business. That's part of being this entrepreneur. And you're going to have times that are up and down, but to just kind of enjoy the ride.
I like that. And a lot of people during podcasts, and if you're watching us, you might want to start doing the same thing. And even if when I do these things, it's like if we were in person. So I'm actually jotting notes down. I actually listen, and that's a problem a lot of people have when they go into conversations. Doing podcasting has helped me listen better because I'm taking notes, I'm learning about my guests, but it's also giving golden nuggets for more content down the road, right? Now, a couple things that Matthew was saying as far as Alex Hormozy, yeah, he's a popular guy out there on social. I love you're talking about stress, health, the issues you have with balance with your family. Now, can you give us I want to go down that. I want to go into a little bit. Tell us about your family. What is it made up of? And also we'll go into how you have changed because you have kids, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, definitely. And we were talking a little bit before the show of, wanting to speak more on our struggles because, that's something I want to open up and be more vulnerable about because too, I feel like my story can help a lot of people. Sometimes it's just hard to let that guard down, but, we had a very, very tough year, me and my family. Number one, my business went from, doing 30 million in volume to, about a third of that. And also during that time, our house burnt down. So in April, my house burnt down. We lost everything. We literally only had, the clothes that we were wearing. So, it was a very tough, stressful time for all of us. And, coupled with that, with my business being down, I have two kids, a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old. They were distraught from it. A lot of PTSD anytime a fire alarm goes off now, during Thanksgiving, they freak out. So, it's been rough this year. I think part of it though made us grateful for each other. We were all safe and, the stuff is stuff. And I'm trying to let go of that materialism I had, being okay with wearing a Walmart shirt instead of having to go buy, a Burberry, so that's kind of helped me. And it's kind of, it's kind of freeing in a sense. And, but also with the business down going into, the balance, it's, this year I warned my wife and, that I'm going to have to double down a little bit this year and put more time into work and myself to try to build my business back up. And she's great sport, but that's what team is. And, we look at it like seasons. There's going to be this time where I am, I'm coming home late. I don't really get to see the kids all day. It stinks, but, I try to squeeze in minutes here and there. Last night, I got to read them the book before they went to bed. It's just trying to make minor adjustments to adjust, but also recognize you're in like certain seasons. Like, yeah, this is the time I have to really put more effort into this piece because this is falling behind.
No, I appreciate you being vulnerable. You're being transparent. And those that are out there, we're always seeing this time of the year, I made diamond, I made platinum, I made gold level, this and that from the volume you did last year and this and that. But nobody talks about what challenges you had. And I appreciate you sharing that. What are some steps here? What are some steps that we could help that are in the mortgage business? We talk about the process, right? What should one be doing to increase their business?
Yeah, I think it's about getting back to basics. I think a lot of people got used to or comfortable with, during COVID when I didn't do any prospecting. My phone literally just rang off the hook. I just sat at my computer every day, and just picked up the phone and was just busting out loans. Right. But that's not how it normally is. I was in the business before that. And, it's back to that where, we'll see what happens when rates drop. There might be a little frenzy, but, I still think this market is different. I think it could be a very good year, but I feel like it's only going to go to those who are working for it, and I think getting back to basics, phone calls, I preach a lot. And this is the reason I joined Maximus, because they are also, we have our own marketing company. We have an actual marketing company within our mortgage company. That it's an outside marketing company that does work for other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doctors, social media stuff. So we hired and brought them in because we think, content's important, exposure, farming your database. These are the things nobody does, but this is the things that actually bring you the business. I held a cold calling, group the other night, because I know people don't want to cold call. No one likes cold calling. I get it. It stinks. People could tell you to F off, so I'm at least trying to make it a little fun. We get together, hold each other accountable. So that's my big thing this year is like I identify.
Well, you had a phone call. Oh, hold on. I don't hear you. You're muted. Matthew, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Maybe go pop in or pop out and then come back in. Sometimes if you get a call, bear with us, guys. Well, let me pop this over here. We always have some kind of technical difficulties. It's fine as long as we continue. You're getting some massive value. You're getting information that you can implement on the next day, the next week, what have you. We appreciate you tuning in because it's value. So as he's getting back on here, a couple things. Make sure you go on airplane mode. If you're on airplane mode, you will keep that away. Let's see if he's back here.
Sorry.
Do I hear you? There we go. Perfect.
Maybe hopefully you could edit that out. Maybe.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Hey, it's part of. I was just talking about how things happen. Technology happens, and things go wrong. Right? There's things that don't always go the right way. Which brings me up to, and you talked about it earlier, stress. How does Matthew Brady focus and help himself with his stress levels?
Yeah, for me, working out's a big piece. That's been huge for myself, is getting to the gym and kind of releasing it out that way. There's some other areas I want to start doing this year too, is, trying to meditate a little bit more.
Okay.
My wife, she's spiritual. But, we haven't really done that lately, kind of just reset and focus. And I got an ice bath for Christmas, but, my brother-in-law took it to his house by mistake. So, but that's what I start doing.
Yeah, I mean, having and keeping your health in check is very important. I always say health is wealth. And if you are active, you're keeping yourself, in shape, you're going to have more energy to make those. And people say cold calls, and you said that before. I like connection calls. I like having and going deep and having a mindset of, I'm not making a sale on this call. I want to make a call to get to know somebody, find out their pain points, what's wrong, and provide a solution to their problem. So on a call, I'm doing insurance. I'm not focused on insurance. I'm just focused on what's going on. And in that conversation, maybe it'll be insurance. Maybe it'll be recommending for a mortgage to refinance because their debt load is so high. Maybe they need I'm like, I'm having my driveway repaired and repaved. Once that's done, you're going to see a bunch of pictures and content, and I'm going to help him build his business up. So it's important to to do that, and I applaud you with that. Now, with our mindset, do you have any ways that you focus on, as far as you talked about meditation, affirmations, and I love it. You're like kind of manifesting. You're putting out there like what I want to do in the near future. Do you believe that works?
It's I'm on both sides of the fence. I'm a classic Gemini, so it's like I swear I really do have like two personalities, and I play devil's advocate with everything. I on one hand, yeah, I believe it really works. On the other hand, I'm complete skeptical. But my mindset is it doesn't hurt, right? And there's definitely benefits to it, especially the more so the meditation. Where the affirmations. I don't know. Maybe it could leak in your subconscious, and maybe there is, quantum particles that you're putting out, energy waves and fields, and it's attracting that. But the thing is, I think a lot of people will just, oh, I want $1 million. I want $1 million. I'm gonna have $1 million. I'm gonna have $1 million, but don't actually do anything to, go get it. They think just by saying it, it'll happen. So,
Maybe repeating the actions to get to the $1 million, that would actually, it's almost like goal setting. If you put a bunch of goals together and you actually write them down, and then you repeat them every single night before you go to bed, and you leave it on your nightstand or what have you, your body, yourself is gonna, make things or work towards those goals. It's always in your head. And I think that's having that positive mindset is key. What were you involved in before you got into the mortgage business? Because nobody wakes up or goes to high school and goes to college and goes, I'm going to go into the mortgage business, unless somebody, maybe that dad or uncle was in it. What were you before you got into the mortgages?
Sales, old dirty type of sales, cold calling centers, Cutco knives, My dad was a salesman, big medical salesman for Henry Schein, like #1 in the nation for, 10, 15 years in a row. And I just, sales I knew was what I wanted to do at some point. And to me, almost everything can be sales.
I believe so too.
So, I always knew it was going to be that, and I was just trying to find the right, boat to be in that, would get me there. And, a lot of the stuff was, I wasn't motivated or I didn't believe in the product. And, mortgages kind of provided that, feeling of I am actually helping people, right? I'm not just selling them something that they don't need, a little gadget or gizmo, but, I'm advising them and helping them, setting them up financially. So for me, it kind of had the best of both worlds.
No, I agree. As far as sales, I think any job you have, any career you have, you always are selling. You're selling to your significant other. You're selling to your kids. And when you're better than, our kids are really good at sales, and they're very persistent as hell too. Like, and I see it in a couple of my kids too. I'm like, damn, I see how I have the persistency that now I see it's kind of rubbing off on them. It's powerful. But sales, I think you got to always sell yourself. That's wherever you are, and it's not just a company, it's you that someone's going to buy from. So putting out positivity, educating, value, you're going to see people are going to gravitate to you because of the what you're doing for the space you're in. Now, we're all workaholics, we like to make money. What do you like to do for fun outside of work?
I like to really spend time with my family. I mean, that's mostly all I do. I'm kind of like lame. I'm like an old man. I don't like to go out them, but I like to hang out with them. I like to go on vacation with them and, sports and, kind of all that stuff. But yeah, and working out, that's what my life consists of, is working out, family. And I, kind of rinse and repeat that every day.
What kind of working out are you doing? Are you one that you said you go to the gym every day or mostly every day? What happens at the gym for you?
Yeah, I go 5 days a week.
Doing those cardio classes?
Cycling, no, I'm not. I barely do any cardio, but yeah, I'm a weightlifter. I just bodybuild and just let all that anger and frustration out, pushing those heavy circles around, and it's given me something else to focus on, and try to be that better version of myself. And when I first got married, all we were doing was like eating out, and ordering in, and I put on that beer gut, and I looked one day at my I got up to like a size 40 or 42 waist. And I'm like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, why I try to be as healthy as I can be, I try to eat moderately. Nobody should be on a diet. I think if you diet, you're putting yourself at risk. You're going to lose weight and you're going to gain it back. So you're really on a roller coaster. So eat moderately. I drink a gallon of water every day. Proof has it. It's important. I think it cleans your system out, cleans your skin out. If you're into your skin, you have some vitamins. I have a shake that I have all my vitamins and stuff, and having some personal development. But why I do, and I've heard this before from someone else too, and I like it. That's why I share it. I want to be that dad and that grandpa that is still beating their kids at sports and events and things like that. I'd be like, fuck, I can't be dad or I can't be grandpa. And that's your dad and that's your grandpa. That's what I want as far as, my future. Because I don't want to be that dad and the grandpa that just moping, is on the couch, can't get around. I want to be that like 85, 90, 95, 100 and still doing some things and not, needing assistance. And that's what drives me. That's what drives me to keep myself healthy. So I'm an example to them, and they'll work out too. I love when they're around me too.
Did I see you were like doing some workout training? Did you start like a little business?
I actually do beach body. So they call it body now. Dude, I don't have time, to go to the gym. I love it. I love going to the gym. But I have my basement set up with a little, my bench. I have adjustable dumbbells, and then with the body, this is awesome. It's those that don't know what they're doing or know anything about weightlifting. It gives you a top trainer for everything. From if you want to do weightlifting with bands, free weights, you want to do boxing, MMA stuff, you want to do some running, want to do some cross training. It's there. I always say press and play. And it's something that I can do when my kids go to sleep or I have some time to keep myself healthy. And I swear by it. And it got me in the best shape of my life. And I don't have to go anywhere. I like to be around people, but in the gym, you have to wait for things. You have to drive there. You got to park, got to drive home. Dude, I could be in and out within 40 minutes. And I could think you just got another phone call. That's the only issue with using the phone with our StreamYard. There you are.
Sorry, bud. It's the problem of doing it on the phone.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I think airplane mode next time we'll have to make sure just put it on airplane mode. Sometimes it'll help better. But it's definitely that freedom. I can do a workout whenever I want, follow along, get lost, and work on my mental health besides your physical health. So it's definitely powerful. I'm always adding, we always call it partners and or clients to get themselves healthy. It's like a community. So I thank you very much for paying, sharing that, because it's important to me as well. It's not just insurance. Like I always say, anyone can do insurance, but if I could help you grow yourself, your business, I'm involved with crypto now. I'm doing some network marketing. I'm into stuff that is going to make money, but people are hesitant on things. But I'm like, if I'm involved, if you trust me, if I'm doing it, I'm putting it out there, you're seeing, join me. But there's people that just won't, and they'll just say no. They'll keep being overweight. They'll never entertain crypto because I think it's a positive thing coming forward in the future. Get involved with it. Take a look at it. Don't use huge money. Just start growing. Like, for example, this TLP coin I'm involved in was 2 cents in January of 2023. We're in January 24. We're up to 19 cents already. Nice. My little pool just exploded and it's continuing to grow because it's cheap, but people are fearful. They're not educated. That's
What
why.
coin was that?
It's called the Legends Projects. It's on the Algorand network, which is crazy. Like it's like a Bitcoin before Bitcoin. Imagine buying Bitcoin
Right.
10 years ago for $1,000. You'd have $480 million right now, or probably more, because it's at what, 46,000, I think, currently for one coin. But people were hesitant. They don't, try things. And I'm all about action. I don't want to have that regret. There's a lot of people that deal with regret all the time.
Yeah. Is that a gaming coin?
That one is actually a community coin. It's we actually have a platform it's called a learning and earning platform. So you actually can learn different skills that you can open up online businesses or network market and earn from the platform from a number of different sources. And one of them is that coin is another platform that it's almost like it's called Viral Legends. You can earn money off of that from the advertising revenue from there. It's pretty powerful stuff.
Are you involved in this coin? Is this?
I know I'm very close to the creator, Scott
Wow.
Gerard, who's in Australia, and I've been on Zooms with him. He gave me this Webtalk Legends channel and website. It was and I'm involved with a lot of the platforms that we are kicking off, and it's something that I offer it. I share it with somebody. I don't push anyone, but like, dude, get involved, because usually if I'm in it, I'm usually really high. If you know anything about network marketing, it's like a pyramid. Oh, it's a pyramid scheme. Well, everything is a pyramid scheme, right? Your CEO is making all the money that you're doing, so everyone's a pyramid scheme. But I am under like him, and I'm next one in line. So everyone drops underneath me. That's how we work. It's not just me working. Everyone's getting and working together, and we all make money. So it's powerful. And I believe it's
Awesome.
You could work anywhere with network marketing. But I want to work and finalize our conversation as far as helping those with social media. What has not helped you with social media? What are some failures you've had? And then what are some successes you've had with social media for your business?
Yeah, good question. One, the failures I have is myself. Is just the consistency, right? And I think, one, not having more of a plan to create consistent content. This is something me and my team as a whole are working on. We're compiling right now a giant list of all content ideas. Will be 100 ideas in there, and then that way, we can just sit and poll, because sometimes, it's hard to think of, so that will kind of eliminate, the one of the pain points to why we're not doing it. Two, I haven't feel like I haven't been doing it long enough to have enough, data on it. Because I think content does take a while to really kind of have an impact, and doing it on that consistent basis. And, I just made a video about Ed Milet and Alex Ramosi, talking about how, content, I think people think, oh, if I make a video, buyers are going to reach out to me and I want to buy, and I don't think that's always the case. You might get one or two of those, is great, but, they said, look at it as a resume or as nurturing, right? You still need to be doing those connection calls, right? And now when that person, you make that connection, now when they look you up on social media, they have a resume to go off of, right? And then they'll start engaging in your videos and learning and seeing that you provide value. So, for me, that's, more of my perspective on it, is just to have a resume, have a presence. So, it's not weird if someone looks me up and they can't find anything, So.
No, those are great strategies and tips I want to help you and your team. Content you could do every single day. Go on Canva, take a picture, take a headshot, create this image, all right, and have a spot that you put in a motivational quote every single day. Have your image, your what you do. Have, if you have a bit.ly, come up with go into bit.ly, make your website into a bit.ly so it's shorter. Put it on there. Put it on Facebook. I say Viral Legends, LinkedIn, Instagram, every single day. That's one thing off the bat I do every single day. That's a simple thing. Another thing, every connection call you have, you do an image with you that you already have. You have whoever you spoke with their information. Maybe they're, if a realtor, accountant, financial advisor, a small business owner. What does it do? It puts out someone on blast. And I tell everyone, reach out to them. These are warm people. But look, I saw you had a connection call with Shawn Ziem. I just saw you were on a podcast with Brady. I need to have a conversation with you. They're going to be like, no problem. It's a hook to get into a conversation. You call a realtor and, you know, usually they're going to be like, oh, I got a mortgage person. But if you go in there and say, hey, I just want to talk about how I learned a couple things on a podcast, or I can help you grow your business. And maybe I saw there's a realtor I interviewed that you want to get in contact with. Boom. Hey, I just saw you were on a podcast with Shawn Ziem. Can I get 5 minutes with you? It's a no-brainer. They'll give you 5 minutes because you took time to say, hey, I watched you on a podcast. There's tons of content everyone can do, but 6 months minimum before you'll start seeing things rolling. When I first started, my wife's like, what are you doing? Why are you putting all this content out? And you're doing it for free? I'm like, just watch, right? And after 6 months, boom, it just snowballs. And I keep doing it because I'm afraid to stop because my snowball is getting so big, my momentum. If I stop, it's going to be, I don't know. I don't want to know what happens, but I know it won't be that big of a problem. I could probably have a break and be fine, but I love doing this. I love educating people. So I want everyone to start doing podcasts, doing video, and it will help everyone as a whole.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that you do that. And you're very good at, being a connection master. And I like the idea of blasting, I had a connection call with this person. And, I've actually taken that from you, in the past where I would meet a realtor and I would do a post. I just had a great, connection meeting with, this realtor in this area, so that's a great piece.
Because if you tag somebody or just put the @ in their name, it'll show up on their wall, or they have to approve it. Once it's on their wall, every friend for you will say, who the heck's this Shawn guy? And if it's on my wall, they're gonna be like, who's this Matthew guy? And if you're in my network, they already know that they're gonna reach out and they're gonna ask you, how can I help you grow your business? That's all you gotta do, guys. And it opens up opportunities to do business with anyone out there. So I appreciate you, man. This is fantastic. This stuff flies. Time flies when you're having fun. I appreciate you being on, dropping some value. Any final thoughts?
No, yeah, this was great. Hopefully maybe we could do it again in the future. I'll play with my webcam on my computer, see what went wrong, and redo it. But yeah, this was great and inspired me. I know I've been wanting to do a podcast myself, and I really should commit to it and just start doing it. So you've motivated me, and yeah, you do a great job at what you do. So I'm excited for this year. Let's see if we can kick some ass.
That's it, man. Well, thank you so much. Everyone else, thank you very much for joining us. If you have to wait until this uploads, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and make sure you share this video. We also want you to have an awesome rest of your day.